We stand here today to remember the passing of the greatest nemesis of mankind, for we have known him well, perhaps too well. Without him, history would be quite different. Our very existence would be fundamentally shifted. Almost certainly, without him, I today would not be speaking. Our enemy did not go into the night quietly. He raged and furied into the night. The poison that made him splutter into his sleep was the costliest serum that we as a species had made. We all collectively built his deathbed, the chains that held him there forged out of our own blood. His crypt is still being built, reinforced so that we are guarded against his return. Today we celebrate the death of death itself. This event was heralded years ago with the aspiration to end suffering in this universe. This was conjured into existence by the collective efforts of many great scientists. They started the Set Project, named after the jealous god of Egyptian mythology who slays death. In doing so, loses his longest companion and brother. For we humans are jealous beings. We seek to disrupt. We are indignant. We refuse to conform. We refuse to bow to nature, to accept that we can fail. We question the certainty of our morality that those in the past had accepted as truths. To build a system of medicine in the world in such a way that we slew death cost us quadrillions. But the Grim Reaper is no more. No longer will a human mind drift across the Styx to be forever alone. Our frail bodies may one day fade, but today, the very essence of the human, the mind, can never die again. Some may say this decision was radical, that death balances out life's experience, that death defines who we are, and that death makes us human. I dare to object. We here at SET challenge that very paradigm. For death is death. It took my grandmother, my mother, my sister. Knowing that we would all die someday does not reduce the pain. Uncaring, callously, he was there every time a child died from malaria. He stood by as a young boy was hit by a runaway car. A young girl with degenerative nerve disease breathed her last as he watched on. Where is death helping? You cannot say now that we have expanded into the stars that it solves overpopulation, when there are infinite worlds to explore. You cannot say it was their time to go when time itself has been toyed with our fingers. For today, just like Set, we are jealous of time, to take fate into our own hands. We do acknowledge and even celebrate the fact, for without death, we would not stand here united today. Without death, we would not know what it is to push ourselves, fighting for our lives, for ourselves, and for others that we love. We mourn those today, both at Set and across the colonized planets, whose loved ones were claimed in the last days before the victory. But let me assure you that if it was possible to win this battle, just hours, even minutes sooner, we would have paid any price. Any price. Look around you. Take a moment and remember this. Now, we will all forever be the generation to finally see death defeated. Like smallpox, cancer, and AIDS before it, death will be remembered as a simple spectre of history. A tale for small children. A history lesson. Today we celebrate. Today, young Amy in New York will not fear her multiple sclerosis. Today, John Edwards, starting his new life with 501 colonists on Luton B, will no longer feel his fatal insomnia. Today, Joe will not have to say goodbye to his grandchildren. Today, Mercy will not have to say goodbye to her family. Today, the physical restraints of the universe no longer hold us into place. Today, we take a step forward into a brighter future. Today, humanity steps into a new age of immortality. A toast to us now immortal. May our ever-burning light in this universe never grow dim. This is no longer the domain of gods, but of humanity.